Something you should know.
Time now for Something You Should Know, brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. That is also something you should know. You can put your retirement plan on the gold standard. Genesis Gold Group is the only IRA backed by physical gold and silver. Learn more right now and get a free gold and silver guide at GenesisGoldIRA.com. Excited to visit right now with Mike Tramp from the band White Lion. Music like Wait, When the Children Cry, so many huge hits that we play here on Sunny, and they've got a new album out right now. Mike, I'm excited to chat with you. Tell me a little bit about this new album.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I love talking about my new album.
And how long does it take to put out an album? I've never done this before. Is this something that takes weeks? Does it take months? Does it take years? Decades? I don't know.
Well, the factory is what takes longest to do. The songs is what takes the shortest. It's one of those things. I mean, in reality today, you didn't think about it in the old days when you went into the studio. You never even thought about what would happen once you handed the music to the record company and they handed it to the factory. Today, because the industry has changed so completely, and we're one of those bands that definitely release, every album on vinyl. There are only so many factories and printing plants left that does vinyl, and so there's a long queue. So, I mean, you have to really plan it ahead of time, and also that it coincides that you have the material ready for the tour, because, I know, it's not exactly like there's a record store in the corner anymore.
Absolutely. Now, you guys started in 1983. You had some amazing hits in the 80s. My wife and I love the music. We play you on our station here, and I am so excited that you've got this new song that you just put out, and a whole new album. How many songs are on the album that you just put out, Mike?
Well, I am a big fan of the Classic 10. That's sort of about a race. I would almost say that 9 out of 10 of my favorite classic rock albums have 10 songs on. And so, it's just one of those, when you open, like you bring X home, you want the same amount of X to be there, that you've grown up with. It's just one of those things. There's 10 songs on Volume 2. I think there was 12 songs on Volume 1, which we had to make it a double vinyl album because classic, you cannot really put more than 22 and a half minutes to, on the side of vinyl you could do anything on a CD, but when you want to release it on an LP, you have to respect the grooves, and you can only put so much music on the side.
Now, this new Songs of White Lion, Volume 2, featuring the latest single, Out With the Boys. Let's talk about Out With the Boys, and tell me a little bit about the background and where this song came from.
Well, the thing is, the song makes more sense today, regardless if I wrote that song in 1990 and recorded in 1990, because now we are out with the boys. And the little video that I did was with looking back at some of the greatest Out With the Boys, from Arnold to Clint Eastwood to Steve McQueen to Peter Fonda, all that kind of stuff. It is sort of like the last trip out there with the boys, the bucket list, all the things we didn't get a chance to do, but also looking back to a time that we call the greatest of times in rock and roll. Absolutely.
Now, the music that we're hearing on here, again, the Songs of White Lion, a lot of this stuff is music that we know. And in addition to that, like I said, this Out With the Boys, if I want to buy this, I can buy this on vinyl, you're saying? I can get it as an actual record?
You can definitely buy it. I mean, all my albums, including all my soul albums, is released on vinyl. And it's one of those things that's so special about playing these shows. Most of my fans know that I greet them at the merchandise stand after the show, sign their albums and things like that. And I love seeing people walking home with vinyl, because to me it's kind of saying I'm part of the old club.
I love that. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us about this. I'm really excited to hear this new song. We're going to play it here, Out With the Boys. And again, the entire album is available. It just came out, so this is brand new. The entire album, Songs of White Lion, Volume 2. And can I find this in like music stores, or I haven't bought vinyl in a bit. Where do I go to buy a vinyl record these days?
I'm sure you're going to go to one store that you can't find it, but if you're really hot, you can always go to MikeTrampOfficial.com.
I will throw a link to that to make it really easy. Mike, thank you so much for your time. Thank you also for making the music of my generation so wonderful. We absolutely love so many of the big hits you guys have. And like I said, we play them here on the radio as well. So thank you for that, and thank you for the time today.
You're very welcome.
Again, Mike Tramp from White Lion. He's got a brand new album out right now, and that is Something You Should Know.
And something you should know.
Something You Should Know is brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Put your retirement plan on the gold standard. Get a free gold and silver guide now at GenesisGoldIRA.com.